This is my demo. It's a portrait in oil painted over 2 hours, mostly done in alla prima. I start out with a little basic underdrawing that you'll see here. I'm going to start out with just a blocked in drawing with some edges to give me a little bit of a guide. Now, when I block things in, I'm working quickly and I'm just throwing in my shapes. I'm not thinking about adjusting them. I'm actually not even really thinking if it looks good initially. I'm just kind of getting everything down. Something else that I focus a lot on is I work on the background first. I don't do this every time, but give or take, I always do this. I always kind of try to block in the background before I do the figure. The background is actually a really important part of anything like this. I'm starting out with trying to block in some halftones, and if you look at what I just did up on the forehead there, I'm blocking in gradations. It's very subtle at this point, but there are little gradations in this. So I'm trying to put in my darks first, and we're just working towards the finish blocking in shapes. I'm not thinking about edges. I'm basically just looking at the tones and blocking it in, just throwing it down on the canvas, and we'll fix it later. One thing that this does that can be a little challenging to follow, admittedly, is it's not a very pretty approach to painting. So a lot of people have nicer starts than I do. So they'll be adjusting edges and finishing as they go along. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just throwing down paint and then we hit a point where I go, well, we got to adjust it later. And that's really where the magic happens. Right now, it's admittedly looking very rough, and this doesn't bother me. I'm used to this. When I block things in, I'm just looking at the shapes, I'm looking at the colors, and I'm throwing down all my paint and all my shapes. I am paying a little bit of attention to edges. You will see me, I'm using a flat brush, and you will see me oftentimes, like right here, I am actually flattening out that shape a little bit. So I'm throwing down those darks, and I'm also flattening them with the brush. So I'm adjusting my shapes as I put them down. There, along the bridge of the nose, I'm putting a slight gradation in tone. So it's basically telling the viewer that it's turning a little bit. In this demo, I'm also not showing my palette, but for my dark, I'm using raw umber with a phthalo blue mixed in on it. And there's quite a bit of alizarin crimson, which gives it kind of a warm dark as well. So I'm using quite a bit of raw umber with alizarin crimson for the warm darks. And then for the cool darks, I'm using raw umber tinted with phthalo blue. So I'm adding a little bit to the cast shadow right there. And one thing I do is you will see me start doing this more and more. I'm throwing in my shapes and then I'm taking a pass where I'm not putting more paint on the brush and I'm adjusting it. Simplicity is also the key here as well. Everything I'm doing, I'm trying to do it in the simplest way possible. I'm trying to get what I'm trying to say with these shapes with as little detail as possible. This kind of depends on the sort of paintings that you want to make. And the paintings that I want to make, they're oil paintings and they're large shapes because I want my paintings to read from a distance. And if you put in too much detail, believe it or not, that actually starts to take that away. So it's a little counterintuitive. The more detail you put in, the less believable it looks. But that's actually how oil paint works. You want to get that big shape and get the big read. And as you stand away at a distance, it will actually look very believable. And that's what I'm going for. So in addition to putting down my paint here, you see I'm adjusting my edges. Eyes are very soft. A really nice way to see an eye is actually just, I do cite Sargent quite a bit, and look how Sargent does eyes. They're very, very soft, and then he'll hit it with just a few nice little highlights. And that's what I'm doing right here. We're not getting to the highlights yet, but I am blocking in these shapes. I'm blocking them in slowly and taking my time. Something else that you see me doing is, and once again, I apologize to those watching this, but it can be a little boring to watch, but I do stop quite a bit. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at the thing, I'm analyzing it, I'm executing something, and then I'm looking at it and thinking about it again. So when you see me stopping, it's because I make a stroke and then I'm going to go back and take a look at it again. I'm going to start moving down the painting here, and I'm going to start blocking in the mouth. And blocking the mouth, the chin, just kind of getting everything in. The best advice I can give is try not to get too caught up on one area. So if you look at this, this thing looks like a disaster right now. And I'm well aware of it. As I look at it, I'm like, ooh, that is not a pretty phase. If I stopped right here, that'd be a very interesting painting. But I don't want to stop here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just putting down my shapes and I'm just moving forward. So once again, just keep putting down your shapes and moving forward. I fast forwarded a little bit here, and you can see what I'm doing is I'm adjusting edges. I'm grabbing a larger flat brush and I'm basically just calming things down. I'm starting to take these shapes that I've made and adjust them on the canvas. So that's really my approach. I block things in, I'll take paint and I'm just throwing it down, just get all the paint down, and then I back up a minute and I grab my brush, maybe with a little bit less paint in it, and I adjust those edges. I'm also softening edges, and the reason for that is I am really a very realistic artist overall. That's what I'm interested in. I do like realism, and anything that is realistic is at its core going to be soft, primarily, with some nice hard accents here and there. And that's what I'm going for with this. As I get to this later stage, you're going to see me slow down quite a bit. And what this is it's me thinking about things more. So as I get to this stage, I'm not throwing down paint as much. I'm actually going in and adjusting it. And that really does require a lot more thought. The best way that I can describe this is look, analyze, execute. So I look at the thing, analyze it, and then execute. And I mentioned that before, but I wanted to touch on that again because it's a really important part of my process. So I've got that eye in there, that her left eye to our right, and I'm going in and I'm just, with a little bit of paint on my brush, I'm hardening up that edge. I'm just getting those shapes a bit better. So even sometimes it will look like I miss. Like if you rewind it a little bit, you'll see that I had a stroke where I just kind of hit the edge a little bit and I soften it, but that's deliberate. There's also a lot of trial and error here, so you're going to see me try something right here that I'm going to want to change. I try to add a little bit of extra detail to the eye, and I put in a pupil right there because I see it, but I'm actually going to take that out a little bit. So once again, I do quite a bit of this sort of thing where I will put a shape in and then I'll reconsider it. And that's that look, analyze, execute thing again. So I put down the pupil. Yeah, there's a pupil there, but as I analyze it and I look at it, it's like maybe not quite as much of one. So you want to be really careful. Any shape that you put down, take a minute, look at the thing, analyze it, and make sure that you actually need that thing in there to get the effect that you're going for. I'm going to cut ahead to these final stages here, and I'm making smaller and smaller decisions. So I want to talk about what makes something come to what I would consider to be a final stage. For me, it's all about readability. In a sense, when I say readability, I'm not talking as much about details. I'm talking about less details. So if anything, I'll look at a large shadow shape and I'll go back and I'll say, if I squint at this shape, how could I simplify this even more? How can I take out more information? So ironically, in coming to a final, it's oftentimes about making it have less information rather than more. So at this stage, I'm actually adding less paint. I'm looking at it more and I'm going in and I'm simplifying things quite a bit. So right there, I put a little bit of alizarin crimson in to warm up that dark, but I'm not really changing the shape very much. As I work along the top right there, I'm flattening that out. Even something like that where I went in with a palette knife, I'm still being rather careful. It's all just looking at this thing, analyzing it, and executing. In the last minute or so, I'm going in with my flat brush, I'm going up on the side, and I'm just adjusting, 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 and adding small shapes. At this stage, it's all about just flatten things out, take out as much information as I possibly can. Anything that doesn't need to be in there, take it out. and my entire concern is about getting this thing to look readable. So as you look, I'm grabbing the side of my brush, going in and flattening things out. Also, level of finish depends on who you are. In my case, I'm interested in having more of a painterly look to things, so I'm deliberately actually going for a little bit less finish in many areas. When it starts looking too polished, I personally feel that I start to lose myself in the work. So that's the approach that I try to take. I actually will only take this to a certain level because I like seeing my hand in it. I like seeing some things that look unfinished. I like seeing the paint do things. I don't want to cover that all up. As this wraps up, I want to say once again, thank you so much for watching this. Think about keeping your painting simple if you want to get this kind of effect. Look, analyze, execute. Go up on the side of that flat brush and just simplify, simplify. Thanks again for watching.